Hello viewers, in this class we'll be looking into this problem on number base. Find x and y respectively in the subtraction above carried out in base 5. Now this is the subtraction. We are subtracting everything here from everything here, right? Now in our last class we said something about subtraction in different base, and we talked about always putting the base in consideration each time we are subtracting or adding in any base at all. So very quickly I would like to remind us of what we did in our last class. We had something like 34 minus 25. Now this is under normal circumstance, which is base 10. We're going to subtract this from this. 4 minus 5 is impossible, so we're going to borrow 1 from 3, which is the next number to the left. Adding to this 4, we'll have making it 14, right? Then we can subtract 5. And I showed us the principle behind this. It's not really like you borrowed 1 at the from 3 and just fix it at the back of the 4. What you actually borrowed from this 3 is 10, because we are working with base 10. We are working under a standard base, so anyone you are borrowing will be equal to 10. The same thing applies in this case. We are working with base 5 here, which is base 5, so any number I'm borrowing is equal to 10. Equal to 5 in this case. But in this case, each one I borrow from the next number to the left will be equal to 10, because this is in base 10. Now in base 5, each number I borrow from this next number to the left will be equal to 5. So if we borrow 10 from this, adding it to 4, we'll have 14. That's where the 14 comes from, right? That's where the 14 came from. So we can subtract 5 from 14, which will give us 9. And now we have 2 remaining here. 2 minus 2 is what? 0. So 34 minus 25 is equal to 9. Now we are going to apply this system into this problem that we have. Now we have 3 minus 4, which is impossible because 4 is greater than 3. We have to borrow 1 from the next number here. So when we borrow 1, that 1 we borrowed is equal to 5, which is the base, because the subtraction was carried out in base 5. So each one we borrow, we are borrowing 5. If you add 5 to this 3, we obtain 8. 8 minus 4 is 4. We are going to look for the value of x and y, the value of x here and y here. Now remember that what we have here left is 3. What we have left here is 3. So which number will I subtract from 3? That will give me 4. Already I can see that 4 is greater than 3, so I have to borrow 1 again from this place, which is equal to 5, my base. Add it to the 3, which will give me 8. Then which number will I subtract from 8? That will be equal to 4, and that is 4, because 8 minus 4 is 4. So I've gotten the value for x. X is equal to 4. Now to the next line, we borrowed 1 from these 2, right? Now what we have left here is 1. 1 minus 3 is impossible. We have to borrow 1 again from this 4 that we have here. Adding it to the 1, we have 6, because each one we borrow from this number, adding to this number, each one we borrow will be equal to 5, which is our base. If we are working with base 6 or base 7 or base 8, if we are working with base 8, when we borrow 1, it will be equal to 8. And if I add this one here to that 8, I'll have 9. But because we are working with base 5, I will borrow 5, adding to this place, this one that we have here, it will make 6, right? So 3 minus 3, 6 minus 3 will be equal to what? 3. Now, always take note. Each time you are working with, let's take for instance, base 5. The number you are going to obtain as your result must not be equal to 5. You are not going to obtain any number that is equal to 5. Your number must always be 1 less than the base. Your result must always be 1 less than the base. So if by any means you obtain 5 or anything greater than 5 in this case or in this result, it simply means you are wrong. So remember that we borrowed 1 from this place. Let's continue. So what we have here is what? 3. We have borrowed 1 from this place. What we have left is 3. And then 3 minus 1 will give us 2. So the value of y is equal to 2. So x is equal to 4 and y is equal to 2. It is quite simple. It is quite understandable, right? So I just use this to give us a demonstration of how it works. What we are actually borrowing is not 1. What we are actually borrowing is 10 for under base 10, which is the standard base, right? And in this case, we are working with base 5. Each one we borrow to make up the number so that we can be able to subtract is 5. So we are adding it to the number you have, then you can subtract, right? So that is that for the class. Thank you very much for watching. Make sure you like, share, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Hope to see you next on our next class. Bye.